I'm trying to find the sweet spot here. Give me 1 second, please. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. All right, I think you guys can see that pretty good. I'm trying a different feature off of YouTube. I'm trying to do as much using YouTube as possible. So on my horizontal stream, this one here, I am also broadcasting using the dual feature, where YouTube splits it up and creates its own. So I want that to work in there as well. All right, I think so. Keep my hand in place so I can find it. Put that there. Adjust. So I have two vertical streams going on, but on one of them I can see everybody's chat. So I am I hear kind of a slight echo. Alrighty. So, apologizing. I'm just trying to set up these streams so that everybody can get the right shot. Let's see. Bam. Dead center. Okay, we're going to keep doing some Booptimus Prime. I'm going to let you guys know. Welcome, everyone. So, let me just say welcome and welcome back, everyone, to Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello, and we chilling, man. I thought I was going to be super productive today, and I didn't do much this morning except, no, I didn't do much this morning. So let's see if we can take care of that now. Let me just do some quick typing real quick and greet everybody. If you're interested in the full desk experience, hey Caleb, how you doing? Actually, it is 1 in the afternoon where I am, but good morning to you. Give me 1 second, brother. Appreciate you. You know, sometimes I end up doing too much. And it always feels like never enough. But how you doing, man? How you doing? All right, so is one of them not on? That one's on. Okay. All right. I had a ton of fun using the grid method when I... Hang on, we look good here. I think all I needed is for this. I'm trying to minimize windows, brother, so that I can but it seems like I'm just going in circles. I'm doing well, man. I think I'm vertical. I'm vertical. So, uh, I'll share with you some of the stuff that I've been working on. This one I started last week. Move it across here. So I am. All I end up. I have one more final step to do with this, and I'm going to use acrylic, black acrylic. Just so it can stand out. Black gouache dries matte, and that's it. I like the way this came out. I attribute it, right? I attribute it to using the grid method. I have the Transformers movie, the animated movie on digital. I also have a DVD of it, but I have a digital, and I took a screenshot of a couple of scenes. This one stood out. It was requested from somebody. It was kind of a commission piece, so I figure why not. But I might leave it like the way it is. I kind of dig the way it looks. Alright, I'm just gonna close out some more windows. Apologize. I feel like I got too much stuff open. I don't think I need this one anymore. I just want to keep one window up so that I can see the chat, and that's it. All right, we done messing around with it. I'm losing it, bud. So that's this thing. So using the grid method, I went ahead and did this piece as well. This piece. And all I'm really going to do for this one, I'm just going to tighten up my lines. I don't know if I'm going to paint it right now. I'll let the world decide. So I think that's what I'm going to work on while we chilling on this Tuesday. What's up, Oma? How you doing, man? Ike, how you doing? Oma, how you feeling, man? You came back from the dead and you still rocked 2 streams, bro. Hats off to you. Yeah, we just chilling, man. I think it's almost like a re-entry. Instead of a re-entry Monday, a re-entry Tuesday. Why not? I'm trying to find a sweet spot here. So that's it, really. The one thing, man, I was thinking about this grid method and how just what an amazing tool it is. Awesome. I'm glad you're feeling better, bro. But it really does take away a bit of the spontaneity and the inaccuracies of drawing. Voltron. Oh, I would see. Don't get me. I should stay. I should stay. I should stay in this lane for the rest of April. Due to some Mazinga or Transor Z, depending on what part of the country. Some Voltron. Did you guys hear the story on Voltron that the vehicle version of that show that we saw in the States occurred because of an error? The company in Japan that owned the animation studio that owned the rights sent the wrong tapes. And everything was in such a tight deadline that they just kept it. It's kind of bananas. So they had to re-change the story, and that Voltron with the vehicles is a lot darker. The original story in Japan is a lot darker. It's a darker war. Or a darker animation of war. Something like that. But Voltron, man, I prefer the lions. Like you vehicle or lion Voltron? I'm gonna have to close the shade behind me. Also, one of the things dealing so much with the grid that it just looks, oddly enough, really robotic, and it helps in this context. But I really didn't want it to be so stiff, so maybe I can add some more concave lines here. I've always have trouble. Oh yeah, you only knew of the line versions of Voltron. Yeah. For mech drawing, this is perfect. The hands with fangs. Oh yeah, so that's the lions. Yeah, so Gold Lion Voltron was the series. And when the American producers went to go get a re-up, they were sent the wrong stuff. Something like that. I'm sure I'm butchering the mythos, but yes, they got sent the wrong stuff. It was too late. So with some clever writing, some clever editing and removing, and because we were kids, we wouldn't have known the difference. They made it happen. And I think the vehicles was a bigger coalition of. All right, let me close these windows. 1 second, y'all. And what do we say? What are we doing here? Voltron would be dope. I might have to do Voltron. Voltron and the Power Rangers, the Megazord. All right. Such a long time. Seeing the fangs. That's the lions. Right. Voltron had fangs all over. Yep. On the feet. They had the. It was so cool looking though. And when did Voltron go Transformers? Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, in Japan, they've been doing this type of stuff forever. Of a, I think they went with piloting pilots in mechs, right? They had Transor Z or Mazinkaiser or Mazinga, depending on where you at. Voltron, obviously, they were all pilots. I think Grandizer was one. I didn't see Grandizer, and I didn't see. Here's another one. But I have vague memories of them. More Transor Z because he yelled it. For whatever reason, this artboard absorbed the wax pencil more than this artboard. This this was Omer a couple days ago, just telling the streaming world to go on without him. And this is Omer today, man. You got a little bronchitis, but you're good. You're alive, bro. I am very happy that you're feeling better. I don't know what's going on, man. But you gotta take care of yourself, kiddo. Kiddo, you're a grown ass man. You gotta take care of yourself, bud. I was I was such a nerd for Voltron and Transor Z that I wasn't even all that excited when I saw when Power Rangers premiered. Puro Vix, hell yeah, bro, Vix. And we're not even supposed to use Vix the way we do. We put it in tea, we put it in everything. I'm kidding, we don't put it in tea. We should. But what was that? Voltron thing, the grid. Hopefully you guys can hear this and get some ASMR scraping. That feels a bit better. It was so stiff earlier. Let's see if I can show you guys. It felt stiff. That's what she said. I think I made the head too big also, but it just kind of felt weird. But yeah, so Grandizer, Guy King were a bunch of other Saturday morning cartoons where pilots in big ships, pilots in mechs. Thanks, brother. You know, we spend so much time as artists trying to get tight and do all this stuff freehand that I can understand why artists use the grid and kind of get stuck to it. I think it would be a really good way to do for measurements, and maybe kind of like once you get all the pieces together, just move away from the reference and just kind of like freestyle with it. Oh no, I didn't feel too bad. This one's a me piece. I'm still. So what's going on is that that giant one, the Dead Optimus, the Unalived Optimus, is a commission piece, and when I liked it, but I also wanted to. I want to keep adding to my series of paintings, so I can put up either at that. I'm still trying to work on the comic book, the comic book store project with that Daredevil and Punisher piece I did a couple weeks ago. So I want to add a bit of flavor. I wanted to add a bit of flavor and do something else. You don't want to get typecasted, right? Oh, he does Marvel. I got to do a DC character, but I know that if I ask, who should I draw? People are going to say Absolute Batman, and I'm not really interested in Absolute Batman. So I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to do for a DC figure. But no, long answer short. This one's a me piece. It was cathartic a bit. We learned a lot from ourselves. He comes back. I have the G.I. Joe movie also. I was gonna freeze frame Duke getting yoked in the chest by the Serpentors. Ooh, somebody throwing out some DBZ. Got what? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Gratis Kra. Gratis Kra. Draw Goku. Oh heck yeah. I haven't done a Goku in a while. I got criticized. I should show you the Goku that I did. That somebody said it was sacrilegious. That burns, man. Burns. And I guess it's a dude. One person criticized it because I used pink as a accent light. Where is my book? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find it because I want to. Oh, this makes for a great stream. Just walk away. Yes, absolving ourselves from Prime is the jam. I should do Hot Rod at that moment. The cause of it. Greta Scott, how do you draw that good? Well, one, I've been drawing it for a long time, and two, I am staring at a screenshot of this picture, and I'm using the grid method to get the proper measurements. I'm just You know, I think I got into it in a time where me and the kids was watching it, so we was able to hang out for a while. Yes, art reference. So it was one of those. But DBZ is the jam. The original series is a little bit more lighthearted. When Goku gets older, it gets a little something something. So these are all using reference. Obviously, this is my watercolor stuff. So what happens, right? As an artist, people go, "Oh, you should do it in your own style." But then when you do, and you draw Trunks, they go, "That's trash. You should make it look like what he looks like in the cartoons." I don't like that one either. In their defense, I can't do anime face as well. That's very American. Look at that. That's terrible. Frieza, cause Frieza's the jam. Oh, where is it? Oh, well, you would like this. Have you seen Frying? I was gonna say Frying Freeman. Crying Freeman. This is the point when he kills the mob boss. Uh, the mob boss named Corleone. Yeah. Thanks, Chuck. I could only appreciate Asian Eastern style artwork, man. They're so good. But yeah, man, some the Ninja Scroll. It's just, man, I love their stuff. I love Crying Freeman. Heck yeah. Oh, I have a watercolor of Crying Freeman that I think you'd dig. All right, hold on. Let me show you the one that the guy said it was sacrilegious. Oh yeah, Fist of the North Star. But I grabbed these from the manga, not from the movie. It's a little late, but some love for Sam Keith, man. I can't believe that. Too young. What an inspiration that dude was with his artwork. And Mega Man, you gotta love Mega Man. I can't draw Mega Man's cute face, so I made him angry. That's usually what I do. You never heard of Crying Freeman? It's a little crazy. The books, I mean, the dude basically drew Crying Freeman. No, now I'm thinking the same artist, but a different book. It had to do with assassins and. Yeah, and he's been the dude was a goated man. He was good, too good. What an art style he had, though. Let me break it. These things ain't holding up. This is all gouache too. I might have to protect this thing. I still couldn't get the tendrils on around his pants and stuff. But it was messing with this piece that I was able to learn how to shade, not shade, blend using gouache. So thank him. I thank him. This is the one. This is the one they said it was sacrilegious. I'm like, and it's still not very, it's still very Americanized. Even with the big eyes, I still kind of like changed it. You like it's trash. Yeah, I like it too. I like the color scheme. Two different people though. One person said it's nice. I would get rid of the pink though. I said whatever. And the other dude said it was sacrilegious. I was like, sacrilegious in a good way? And he actually responded, sacrilegious in a bad way. I felt like saying, I don't think you're using the word the way you think you're using it. I'm gonna just do some portrait study, I think. I've been watching a lot of portrait artist of the year, and I think it's time. These were using reference, this one wasn't, and you can kind of tell. That eye is way too forward. I was using I must have it in a box. But these head figurines have there's a set of these. A skull, the muscle, the skull, what's the friggin' word? I'm thinking of polygons, and I was gonna say polygonated, but that's not the word. It has the facets of the face, the muscle tone, and then the skin, and I was using that as reference. And thanks, man. But yeah, and using the Zorn palette without really knowing how to blend it in and just really rough. And I kind of dig the way that looks, how just bulbous the nose is. The plain art, yes, thank you. I was having a blonde moment, bruh. And of course, when I first started messing with gouache, I was teaching myself by painting what I would think is simplified figures. Oh Lord, what is happening? I'm gonna need a new book. And very little blending, but it showed me how to layer on top. I could probably go a little bit more white. I mean, I'm gonna meh. But yeah, I'm thinking of going back and showing some of that stuff on some of my no, you're absolutely right. Simple does not mean easy. And I have to yeah, I have to change that, because this is I have a habit of saying that easy versus and simple versus. The pose is simple. The process to get here isn't. But anyway, I love the eyes though. I mean, you gotta appreciate some of it. It's almost ghostly. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start kind of like redirecting, not redirecting, but kind of like ironing out what this channel is gonna be about, because I don't want it just to be about comic book art, even though comic book art is the jam. But because I'm using gouache a lot, I want to be able to show what can be done with gouache. I think that showing people you can draw a sentimental Conan. Aw, what a badass Optimus Prime. A dead Optimus or the Punisher? Francois Castillo? Oh, Omer, if you add the Punisher to your Latin Marvel, you can make him French. Francois Castillo. My wife was like, "You should make him look like Bernthal." I tried. Bernthal's nose is all jacked up, so I tried. I gave him boxer's nose. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start showing process for my live streams on pencils. I'm not as good of an inker as our boy Chuck there. It was amazing. But I dabble. Oh, I was going to show you. The Crying Freeman piece. Ink and watercolor. Yeah, Francois. Cause we shan't limit ourselves, man. Omer, when you it was early when I started watching you. You was doing a portrait drawing of a female, and it was good, very good. What's cool about Crying Freeman is all the references to real Francois Castillo. Yeah, paisano. He's French Italian. I don't like a lot of these. Thanks, Ike. This always ends up becoming show and tell. Here you go. Spike Spiegel? Ike Spiegel. Is that right? Used to ink Chuck Gibson says, yeah, I used to ink Transformer comics. They were the Transformers fan club comics. Hell yeah, that's what's up. I got two chats going, guys, so I apologize. And Gratas Cross says, oh yeah, Luffy, Frieza. Oh yeah, man. Before I stopped watercolor, I did a bunch of these pieces just to get it out of the system. And then I tried to do Vegeta in my style, and they was like, stop it. I don't like it either, in their defense. I hate it. Some Zoro. Some Lupin. Yeah, Chuck's the man. Man. Oh, here you go. Chuck is this. Chuck, you mess with Duke Togo? Ultra Ego Vegeta is gonna be lit. And one of my favorite characters, man. Rock Lee. some Ninja Scroll again. There's too much reflection here. In all of these, this is using an actual screenshot of the movie. You know, I do not have any Hijime no Ippo, and I wanted to. Oh man, something's messing with my... Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I ruined that background, but considering what was going on in that movie in the background, I think it's all right. It's interesting. I have a watercolor sketchbook that I did that has Tetsuo on a motorcycle. That's a lot tighter than that. I didn't know how to do rock textures. Oh man. Again, that's for Ed Piscor. I am a weeb, bro. I try to keep it quiet. I think this was one of my first gouaches with watercolor, and then it's just the last watercolor I think I did was this one. I don't like that beast. She gyrate. This one I was definitely trying to come into my own on that, on the blending. I wish I remember. I think this was last year around this time. And I was trying to blend with the fire. Straight study from, what's his face? Mazzucchelli? I do actually. No to Daredevil. I have a video for all the X-Men from last year. I did a short of this. This was when that August 7th. So this was during Deadpool 3. No. The majority of these I do. The watercolor I don't. I was doing reels on Instagram. There you go. That's not approved by the comics code right there. I think this is where did I take this image from? Dad Ramita? No, maybe not. I was having one of those days. Call me a weeb. That's funny. I no video for this Riddler. but I did a video for that Riddler. It was one of my first. I wish I could redo this. I should redo it. I hate the shading I did up there. I didn't know how to blend it right. Like you could tell, even on the muscle. What can you do? Can't go back. I'm glad I did it. The thing that I'm a better drawer than a painter. I'm a better drawer than an inker and a painter. So that was always difficult to wanting to draw something good, obviously, but then going, I'm going to ruin it when I paint it. Hi, Dilla Ranger. I didn't mean to ignore you. But I also wanted to stop simplifying the drawings. Not that this was simple or anything, but it was like my not as detailed. And let the paints go through. And then as I got more comfortable, I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna draw the way I'm gonna draw, and then I'll paint over it the way I'm gonna paint over it. This was one of them. Shaded all the hair, all the textures on the kimono. This was the second drawing where I used fixative and gesso before I painted over it. And I was like, I'm in business. And the first one using Arteza gouache. Oh, that's it. Oh, almost. I did this Bruce Lee that looks like Manny Pacquiao, and some dude in the I put up as a short, and he was like terrible. He said it in Spanish. So you know he meant it. You know he meant it. Terrible. He probably spit into the side. All right. On that note, I'm just gonna keep drawing. I put so much into that. I wish I would have. I should scan it and try to paint over it. In my last no reference portrait study. All right. Let's finish up this. All right. Sorry about that. Let's finish up this Boptimus. I'm freaking out because there's something that's causing one of my external hard drives to eject and reconnect, and I'm afraid that I'm losing my hard drive, and it has a lot of my art in there. So, yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah, portraits. Portraits and just a little bit of, I think I'm going to try to focus a bit on building on what can be done with gouache. And so just to help people with, who like myself end up putting limitations and stuff on ourselves, and so you can do it all. Do all of it, do nothing. If I was to sell one of my sketchbooks, wow, that's a good question. See, you would have to curate it, right? Because it wouldn't be like this piece here that has a few random pieces. If I was to finish it to how much I would sell it, well, I don't know. But if I was to, that's my jam. Curate my own. Yeah, where would we put ourselves, right? I'm trying to think. I have Ariel Oliveri's sketchbook. Well, not a sketchbook. That's like art of. Are sketchbooks more personal? Right? Because I think that's where we put most of our raw ideas and thoughts going on. A lot of planning, a lot of roughs. I think that gives people a better understanding. Yeah, bro. Nah, even I was like, ooh, he looked like Manny Pacquiao. But he ain't ugly or terrible. He might be. I'm gonna look at it again, but I'm sure he is. Hold on a second. Where is it? All right. So I think this is the closest we're gonna get to a Frazetta sketchbook, right? Something that has unfinished pieces, thoughts, and just kind of like, right, really rough ideas that he had that end up turning into amazing pieces. But if you're talking about, okay, I just saw what you said, but I bought this for $20 because it's mass produced. I think he would probably sold it for more. But if you're talking about one of your sketchbooks that you've drawn all the way through, you got to put it up there. And he's close to 100 beans, I think. Like I said, those are more personal. But if you're curating pieces, um, taking from your sketchbook, roughs, like that's cool right there. But your sketchbooks are more showcase. It's a showcase book, right? I think we end up having this conversation. I mean, I think maybe you and I know I've had it with Julio Cesar when we was talking about sketchbooks turning into showcase books because the social media sells it that way. And even I falling into that trap. None of these in this sketchbook of mine are roughs or half pieces. You know, they're still ideas. But I mean, these can be considered finished pieces. I even tried to write poetry. I'm not gonna share that. So I don't know. You almost have to sell it as the art of Ike's design, and it got to be a little bit higher than $20-$30, I think. Huh. There you go. I like that. Omar's setting the standard, bro. Yeah. Yeah. So I think the way Omar's thinking is that if this is a how many in here? This is 48 pages, something like that, right? 24 sheets, 48 pages. So 24 pieces of actual art at 5 by 8. If you price it out that way, where maybe there's, let's get some math in. Where's my calculator up? Right, that is 5 by 8, right? Let's see. Yep. 8.5, 5 by 1/2. Fully painted, fully drawn, fully painted. Let's even shortchange it because it's the small size. Let's do $60 times 24 pages. Yeah, man, that's $1,400. I like the way you think, Omar. I appreciate you. What the heck? Including the art on the cover. So there you go, Ike. If we're setting the stage right now, $1,200. What did I say? $1,400 for a sketchbook that's complete all the way through. 8.5, 5.5. Either penciled inked or drawn. $60 a page. Right, $100 times a page count. There you go. Now we know. Now we have the standard rates. And you know what, brother? They're fair. But if you mass producing the way Steve Rude, I think Steve Rude mass produces his own sketchbooks. I think he might curate his own sketchbooks. Drop the price, make it available to a lot more people. Bank. And there you go. Yeah, I really can't find. We gotta go all start finishing sketchbooks. Yeah, making a sketchbook, making a book from your sketchbooks is pretty damn cool. Yeah, like this thing here is really cool. You know, I thought I was going to use it more, but it does help in terms of, I don't know if it does actually help. It kind of destigmatizes how freaking legit he was all the time. I love the post up here. The cutout of the leopard. Freaking Frazetta, man. One other thing I really want to start practicing on is perspective and scenes, and I think the grid is going to be great. I just got to pick what scene to do. I think the one thing I don't do as much as I should is studies, or set aside some time to just sketch something that I don't sketch often. I'll do something like this. I don't do robots, so let me just do something big and take my time with it. But I don't do it often. I don't sit and do practices of it, and that's something that I should do more often. But I don't warm up. I don't I don't do much in terms of pre-concept sketches. Not really. It's rare if I do it at all. I kind of like the just like the raw spontaneity of doing it on the fly, figuring it out. But also that there's been so many finished pieces where I've gone and said, I should have done it this way. I should have done it that way. But I appreciate the journey, I think, a bit more of making something work when it's not working, or just flat out freaking failing and starting over. I don't think there's enough of that. And we're always, as we do this on live, we're being watched. Even if nobody is watching your stream, you're recording and it's out to the world. It can be seen later on. So, you found out artists warmed up. That's the first time you was 3 years ago? Yeah. I used to the whole thing. One of my live streams when I do in the morning, I labeled it "Coffee and Lead" because that's something that I used to do. I'd wake up in the morning, it'd be really quiet, just be me, a cup of Joe, and a pencil, whatever, and just go to town, nothing in mind, or a fashion magazine, and just doing that. I guess I did train, but and then be done with it. But there was no warming up. It was just meh. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, I'm off for the day. So I guess that's kind of considered warming up. I don't know. Demystifying myself in front of the world right now. But I kind of like let's see if this will work. Finding a piece of reference or working on one of my figurines and my models and see what happens. Obviously having an idea. But I used to have a lot of where I'll start drawing something and I say, man, that looks a lot like, and that's where it would come. Oh, that looks like a Superman pose. That looks like a Spider-Man or something. and that's where they would germinate from. I think we probably should be warming up more often. Ay, señor. We won't pull an artistic hammy. I don't think you would see that. Yeah. Uh, you don't get that. Yeah, I don't. I understand if you're about to do something big, and you go, I need something, a quick study. I get it. Because I think you're right, Omar. The ideas feed on each other. I wouldn't have done this or thought of doing this if it wasn't for the big one I did earlier. I think it would have just gotten it out of my system and be done with it. But this scene's so iconic, you go, okay, let me just try it out. I'm here. I think that if it wasn't a screenshot and maybe an action shot, something more original than this, then I probably maybe a quick little, let me see what it looks like. But not really, right? You grab your dude and see if you can make blocks out of the figures. But we have references available to us of everything almost. Everything. Which is how I use reference more often now. Open up Pinterest, have a bunch of images of Optimus Prime or whomever I want to draw. And get angles of angles. If it's something so rare. But if it's yours, yeah, but the concept of the warm up is kind of weird. I get some of the best lines early with no warm up. Just your arm is stiff. My shoulders, my arms get stiff. My wrists are stiff. Everything is like precise. It's when I start loosening up, warming up that you know what I'm saying? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I think the next one I'm gonna do is Grimlock. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to pull an artistic hammy, bro. You gotta warm up. Like I was gonna do a video or even a live for a portrait, and I had one already referenced for using a grid versus no grid, right? And I knew, or I know that if I do the grid version first, my freehand will look better than what it would have been without it. Does that make sense? So I'm thinking of doing the freehand first before getting weird and technical. Because I mean, it ain't. I don't even know if that's gonna make sense. You know what? Who cares, man? Who cares? Nix the fur. Thank you. It's because it technically is. I am looking directly at a still frame of the movie. Hey, you know what? I'll show you. Do 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 do. That is correct, sir. Oh no. Ah. Yeah, I was gonna use. That's interesting. Not the same. Not the same image of the portrait. Different technique, but same subject, not the same image. So let's say I used an image of I don't know Adrian Brody. Two different pictures of Adrian Brody. That's such a random. That's so random. I got way too many things open. That's interesting. Cause I think I was just gonna do the same image, one with using the grid method, and then one without. But now I'm thinking, well, what would that prove? All right, let me see here. All right, so for the vertical next to fur, this is the image that I'm using. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in such a small screen, but I'll do my best. It was almost 1-for-1. I'll take it. It's close. I'm juggling too many things here. But yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Yes, so that's what I was thinking. If I do the same image, hey, and I'll even show you. Because we don't need this one no more. I can't remember where I put it. Dude, the hardest part of doing any of the portraits is finding one that's interesting enough to do. And I hate Pinterest for it. So Omer, this was the face that I was going to do the study on when it comes up. The delay is wicked. Because it's a unique mug. That's the it's who they used for their when they were doing Shrek, I believe. Yeah. So I think it's dynamic enough, and I think that freehand you can have a ton of fun with it. So I already have it mocked up. I think I'm gonna do that. We'll see, man. I think it'll be a good idea. Do both pencil and the painting of it, or just do the pencil of it. It'd be interesting. Yeah, I think this Optimus is pretty much done. Yeah, that'd be cool. A draw along. Yeah, so I yes, something like that, senor. And if it's something you guys are interested in doing, we'll jump on. I'll figure out a better schedule and knock it out. I think right now I'm a little all over the place with what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do business stuff because I want to give your boy want to get paid with some of this artwork. So that's happening. And I keep adding pieces to do for that comic place, even though I think I have enough. So I'm probably just procrastinating. And instead of just going for it and showing them what I got and what I have. I've been itching to do more more than just comic art. And do a little bit of more, little more branching. Oh, look at that. But yes, I was gonna do a quick project where, yeah, man, can we make that monies? Using the grid versus freehand, not trying to besmirch or belittle one or the other. I think they're both. I think personally, freehand drawing is more satisfying. There's something very robotic and tight. Pun being that I'm drawing a robot, but robotic and tight about the grid method. Even if it, I don't think, even if it wasn't a robot, which will be interesting when I do the face, if I still feel that way. Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty cool experiment. And I think in playback, it'll be interesting to see how loose a person draws without having to deal with the grid. Even though we're using some form of blocking, right? I wouldn't use a grid, but anyway, when it happens, we'll do it. Yeah, can you imagine? It is to see if you're good. If you freehand as good as the grid method. I know for a fact. I don't think. I mean, I would be able to draw it. It wouldn't be this precise, this Optimus or the other one. I have a hard time with mechs, period. So I know that for certain. I think when it comes to portraits and the organic face, I'll probably draw a more interesting face because I think we end up putting our art style in it. But I think the grid method will probably have a more precise looking face, which will look weird to us, right? Because this thing looks weird to me because it's so tight. Like a tiger. And that's not even a compliment to me. I'm just saying because I actually followed the measurements. So yeah, I'm gonna set that up. If you guys are down, that'll be dope to do. I'll find a good time to do it. I think I'm gonna paint this before then. I want to paint this. I want to paint this Spider-Man. And I think I'm going to try to paint somebody from DC or Image. Yeah, I think so. For accurate proportions in the face, the grid method is probably the best. But freehand for a portrait is always special. Yeah. Yeah. I think using it sparingly that way, even if he was to use the grid to get everything in place and then playing within those boundaries, but even still, you're going to be constrained. But this piece here, although it has some form of a grid, I used it to keep my my dude in frame. So I was using the rule of threes, and I made sure I knew where the center, the rule of three, and then to put them in there. I have a really bad habit of drawing my figures off the page. I don't understand how they make them easy either, brother. That's why I knew when I was going to do that commission, I was going to grab the grid. There was no other way. I just know it in myself. I did, well, I wish I had, I don't think I have a picture of it anymore. I had to do, I was commissioned for a Christmas gift, and it was Cheetor from Beast Wars and the dude's car. Was it a Nissan? Anyway, it was a beautiful yellow sports car. I'm never going to find it. Let me see if I can find it. And it was all grid. And I was losing it. I think I did more freehand with the robot, because it was just kind of a cheetah with robotic bits. But the car, I'm not going to find that. Nope. Never gonna find it. Because it was several years ago. Oh, I lied. Ah, okay. Oh my god, that looks... Even with the grid. So that was the piece I did. Loose Cheetor. I made up the probably can't see that very well. The mechanized bits were my own. I used more of a reference for the face, but the car, I used the grid, but anyway, it's not going to be able to see it well. I'm not trashing it. I loved doing it, and then messing around with watercolor and yellow, which is a pain in itself. Those tires are dope. Damn, those rims look nice. Shoot. I haven't seen this in like 2 years. But you can already kind of tell I didn't even adhere so tight to the grid. It was fun though. Oh brother, I wish I knew how to ink a bit better. I didn't do very well with line weights, because I was going to just add all the depth through the watercolor. Machine bits that don't make no sense. Sorry, Craig. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. And I had did something for him previous. Oh, here, you want to see how bad the original designs were? You're not going to be able to see. Look at how terrible that robot is. I'm sorry. I know you can't see it very well. Look at that thing. I should have just used the grid. Oh, look at that. I lied. I even did process pieces. Everything I said earlier today about I don't do process pieces, I lied. No, it has to be important. Why did I move away from watercolor? I I didn't feel I can control it as much as I thought I could. Um, it's too chaotic for me. I have some serious ADHD. It ain't that serious, but but I really don't know why I moved so much into. This was another piece I did for the same kid. So this was a piece I did that the gentleman requested, Craig Maxwell, and then the other piece was requested as a birthday gift to him. So that was cool. This one was difficult because the car, I had to match the way Kaneda was walking. But I don't know, I don't know. I I was never comfortable with watercolor. I had fun with it, but I was never really comfortable and said this is exactly how it was going to come out when I thought of it. Yeah, man, and no matter what, so even the stuff that I showed you guys earlier, those watercolor pieces, you I was really loose because I knew I'm not going to be able to make this as tight. I didn't have that patience. And maybe in a few years, and I don't know for whatever reason why I feel um, as if I didn't have the time to learn it. Uh, but I wanted to build on layers. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do what acrylic does. And in that process, I fell into the gouache phase. I fell into the trap, the YouTube gouache friggin' phenomenon that happened during COVID, and just never left. And I kind of like how you can build it up, like you could watercolor gouache can. Oh yes, what the hell? Get my train of thought back. Finish those. Finish Optimus. Optimus. Seal my Punisher. See, this thing is huge, man. I keep forgetting. 16 by 20 with these. But I think that might not be. Yeah, I think you're right. They don't share. They're mean to us. Yeah, and I don't. I'm not comfortable with color pencils or watercolor pencils to layer on top, which people do a lot. Like Bella Racklin is amazing with her alcohol markers. I know she doesn't use gouache, but alcohol markers and how she layers on top. And a lot of gouache artists go over it. I don't want to do that. I want to stick to the medium that I'm using. See, yeah, brother, they they keep trade secrets, bro, and I'm like, I can't do anything. There's no point in gatekeeping. I can't show you the possibilities of what can be done and then never show you for real, how to do it. And I'm learning as I go. I don't know if I'm using gouache the way it was meant to be, but I use it this way because I enjoy it. So, it is what it is, man. So, I think that's what I'm gonna do. By the end of this week, oh man, I got family coming down. I can't wait. So, I got to take advantage for the next couple of days because I don't want to be stuck in my studio. But that Daredevil is done. I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna do black acrylic on Doptimus. Hui. Yeah, I think so, man, right? A lot of the stuff that we end up doing and learning is from watching and figuring it out. Because people don't like to share. Let me just show you. I get it. Sometimes how to draw videos are boring. If you was to break down how to draw a video, it'd be seriously boring because you wouldn't be able to draw a circle, divide it. Everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, but if you're following those, you should have an understanding already. But I'd rather say this is why I'm doing it. I'm trying to get this texture. I'm trying to get this amount of water so I can move the paint this way, or I'm smudging it so I can get the pencil shaving to look like the cheek or whatever the heck we're doing at that moment. But anyway, I digress. Constantly digressing. Tighten up my lines with the acrylic. I'm gonna do that off camera just because I think, yeah, dude, it could be real super duper boring. Which is why a lot of those type of videos, if they're live streamed, they're real quiet, because that only works if there's engagement. Which they could be. But can you imagine? Okay, now imagine doing a how to draw video using the grid. Okay, now on grid number 3, 14. We're gonna start here at the corner. Oh man, bunk that. Instead, I would rather talk about how freaking weird it is to have to break down everything, not just into shapes, but into now. What's the word I'm thinking about? Holy baloney. What is it? Oh my God. I'm having another moment. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. What is the frigging word? Anyway. Coordinates. Oh, brother. All I had was bread today. Bread and coffee. All right. Doing these gloves in white makes me think I can do a Moon Knight, and then I go the whole body. So that's that. 1 to finish, 2 to seal, 1 to start. And like I said in the previous, this pose makes me think of the Silver Surfer, and I want to do Silver Surfer now. And maybe I can do an obscure DC character like Deadman or something. Something that looks cool. Yeah. You gotta make it fun, right? You gotta find something um to bridge the gap between the two. One thing I have to figure out is one, I don't want to bring home into it, right? But how much of the outside do you bring in? Do I already have? Should I have a predetermined something to talk about, or let it come naturally? Or I don't even know. What was yesterday's show? What's the most popular thing? And when from a dude just that yeah, that'd be hilarious. Ooh, I should use the grid method and do the Silver Surfer in the same pose. Dang it, Omer. That's hilarious. Have him looking in the other direction. That would be freaking hilarious. My original intention was going to be Spider-Man Noir, but I found a reference on Pinterest of a dude in a suit in a cool little pose. That'd be perfect for Spider-Man Noir. So I think maybe I could do that on my. You're right. I'm overthinking it, buddy. Yeah, flip it. If I was smart, or if I had a time machine, I would have done the Super Friends, right? And have Iceman in front and Firestar in the back. See, and that's the reason why I don't do thumbnail process pieces. Shit, that's a cooler idea. Oh, excuse me. That's a better idea. Get Iceman up there and Firestar. Firestar? Right? Firestar. You were absolutely right. Yeah. And dude, I'm in that place where I'm like, I love this stuff, but I also feel like I am not doing some of the other art stuff that I want to do, like I said, with the portraits and things like that, and getting better in those aspects of art. And I don't want to lock myself in a spot. Again, I could do all that stuff off screen. So I need to get that out of my head too, that not everything needs to be shared. I think that might be the next one we do. We should paint both of these. And then we'll do that draw along. That's what I'm going to do. You want to see something cool that happened by accident? I had this here. And my Snake Eyes figurine. And I was like, oh, I should draw him in there. This figurine, you have to build it. You clipped everything together to create it. It's like one of those 3D puzzles. It's well done. Nicely articulated. Me and my toys. All right. I think this dude is good. I think the next time I jump on, probably tomorrow. And I think we should start painting this thing just to get it out. Get one done. I'll include it with the with my other stuff. I have a Shitara piece that I was thinking about painting. Let me show you this piece. I wish I would have dated this one. Yeah, the pencil process, brother, is probably the most, right? This wasn't too bad unless it was big. Yeah, I would have to look at it. It's probably better with shorts to do the pencil and then to lead them into the stuff. I hear you. But again, I'm a dude that was doing narrative videos for like 2 years before. Oh, that's coming in dark. I did this has fixative on it. And once you put fixative, everything that any lead or anything you put on top comes out really dark. Fixative is not going to work. That means that I would have to put gesso on top. We'll get the camera nice and tight. I would have to get the camera in my eye line, I think, if I was going to do pencils. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I got some planning to do, man. Get this thing rolling. You're right. The way it looks, I won't be reaching that $3,000 until Christmas. I appreciate you, brother. What's today, Tuesday? You're going to be on in a few hours anyway, so I'll make sure to drop by and say what up. Thank you, man. I appreciate your time. I'm glad you're feeling better. That Vicks, bro. Rub it on your feet. rub it on your heels. But anyway, appreciate you, man. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. I see you guys in the next one. I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be slinging the paint on this. I don't think I'm going to protect it with any gesso. This artboard is pretty good. And maybe. No. We're just going to do it. I'll stop overthinking it. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. God bless you. Love you. Mean it. Bye. Yes, feet. Rub it on your feet.